When you have reached this level of obvious super enthusiasm, the bubble has always, without exception, broken in the next few months, not a few years.
Yikes, man, that guy kind of scares me. But Tesla is down huge from its high in January, and NIO is too. Could that guy be right? Well, what is going on, guys? Luke here today, and I want to talk about the doom and gloom that came down on Tesla and NIO stock. Is the run over and a crash is imminent? If you own Tesla or NIO, you're going to need this information so you're ready for anything that gets thrown at you this week. And I'll tell you guys exactly how I use this information combined with my plan to make decisions on what to do next. So let's have some fun and make a little money, and all I ask for in return is that you just ever so gently tap that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. So what is going on with Tesla and NIO? Well, you had some negative news around Tesla over the weekend, which, let's be honest, Tesla is just a stock soap opera at times, so this should be no surprise at all. You have family members selling huge amounts of shares, and the churn still going on as everyone digests Tesla's move into Bitcoin. And if we're being honest here, Wall Street has been hating on Elon for years, so it's no surprise they're not happy about this move at all. Add in the earnings miss and the overall market that is trending down, and it's a recipe for downward pressure on Tesla stock. And that overall market pressure is putting downward pressure on NIO as well. And in my opinion, it's actually on what is essentially a breather, as it has been on a tear over the past 6 months. You also have NIO's earnings coming up, and with Tesla having an earnings miss, there's probably some people just looking to take some profits or move into something else until after the earnings call. As you guys already know, earnings are way too unpredictable. I mean, you name it, and I've probably seen it in the trading after an earnings call. But is it time to sell? Well, here are the 3 things I see that are huge positives for these stocks right now today that you may want to consider before doing that. The first, this pullback or breather or whatever you want to call it is exactly how great stocks move. In either case, you cannot expect the stock to go up 40% or 50% or even more than that, and then not expect a 5 to 10% pullback, maybe even a larger correction than that. Now, if you're day trading or swing trading, obviously that's a completely different scenario, and I honestly cannot help you there. But looking at these charts for each stock, it looks pretty sweet to me, and I see multiple times where the stock has pulled back like this before, and then after that, it just kept charging forward. So when you feel those emotions creeping in and you watch or read those articles about a crash, just keep these charts in mind. The second huge positive behind both stocks is the level of institutional buying. I know it's kind of fashionable to make the argument of Tesla versus NIO, but I believe there is plenty of room for multiple players to thrive, and apparently institutional investors feel the same way. With names like Goldman Sachs and Vanguard owning both stocks and continuing to add to both stocks, it just reaffirmed to me that owning both is the right move for me and my portfolio. And the third huge positive would be the upcoming stimulus. There's about to be $1.5 or $1.9 trillion about to be pumped into the economy. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that will be more than enough to get us to the point where the economy starts to reopen more and the demand really kicks in. I mean, we all know there is a ton of pent-up demand out there, and this will just add to the demand that will be there when the economy fully reopens. I mean, I'm pretty cheap and I don't like to spend a lot of money, but seriously, I have only eaten out exactly once in an empty restaurant in almost a year. I don't eat out a lot, but it's way more than once a year. I have not stepped foot in a bar or a movie theater in a year, and I honestly haven't even stepped on a plane in almost a year. And I normally fly multiple times a month. So that's a fair amount of money right there that I did not put into the economy over the past year that I will be putting into the economy as it reopens. And I'm sure many of you are in a similar situation. In the end, everything that I see only signals short-term issues, not long-term problems, so I see nothing concerning in my opinion from my point of view. So now you kind of know exactly how I'm viewing both of these stocks right now today. But let's bounce it off my plan for both stocks real quick and see what answers I get and how it guides me on what to do next. So with both NIO and Tesla, they are both long-term holds for me. That just means I plan to hold for the next 3 to 5 years and maybe even more. Is there a reason to change that time horizon? Well, not that I see. In my opinion, nothing I am seeing is a long-term problem, so I have no reason not to stay long in these stocks. So what are my price targets for both these stocks over the next year? Well, I have NIO at just over $90 per share and Tesla at just under $1,000 per share at the end of 2021. So looking at the charts, even with the dips, I think we are still on pace to hit those prices. Is there anything on the horizon that could trip us up in that time frame? There could always be something like the illness hitting that nobody can predict. But with stimulus coming and demand starting to return, I do not see anything over the next 10 months that is telling me I should change those price targets for now. As a matter of fact, my price targets may actually need to go up as some of these things start to happen. So should I buy more? Tesla had its earnings call already, and I have honestly been buying this dip and will continue to dollar cost average into more shares if the trading continues to trade down or sideways with Tesla stock. And yes, as soon as the private group goes live on March 1st, those buys will post to the members immediately when I press the button to buy. Now NIO has earnings coming on March 1st, I believe, but I did feel it could be the time to do a little discount shopping, so I bought a few shares of them too. And if the earnings call goes great and it runs, well, I added some shares on a nice dip. And if it goes poorly or just dips because trading around on earnings is just crazy, I will get even more excited as that means an even better discount is coming my way. Just remember, nobody can time the market, so, I'm not even gonna try. And if both stocks continue to pull back, then I will have to consider adding more shares of both stocks to my portfolio. Everything we discussed today are short-term problems, not signs of bigger issues with the stocks themselves that would make me question my positions. These pullbacks happen all the time and are very normal, and when they do, it sometimes provides opportunities to buy shares. Do a little discount shopping. So thanks for watching as always, and we will see you on the next one.